So, as you can clearly see, this is a finished and final product. I'm not a product, but this is the end result of combing out my locks. I now have a wonderful fro. It is currently matted down though, but it's all good. And I absolutely adore and love it, and am excited to see where this new journey takes me, this new hair journey, I guess you can say. Yo, these seagulls are flying mad low, y'all. I don't even know, okay? And then, you know, low-key, my hair kind of looks like a bird's nest. Like, no shade. I'm not trying to, you know, sometimes you gotta make fun of yourself, just a little bit. But like, yeah, so there's that. There is that. But I digress. Ultimately, yeah, this is the final product. Final result. I'm gonna stop saying product. This is the final result of combing out my locks, and I'm very grateful. And it has been a very, let's see, feeling wise, I would say I have felt a level of liberation that has been very nice. So yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see where this next journey takes me, and just looking forward to it. I appreciate all the love and support that has been expressed. So shout out to everyone that has expressed, you know, I don't know, support for this new journey. Again, I know when it comes to our hair that a lot of us have different teachings and etc. So
89.
You know, I don't know. So there's that. Oh god, Nat. So this, I know the last episode really had to deal with releasing, letting go, shedding layers, and that is something that is a continual process that we all embark on, experience throughout our life and our journey. And you know, at different points in our lives, we will have to release as a way to help elevate ourselves and help just shift the direction in which we're headed. So again, I was very grateful to have recorded that experience over the course of 4 months, and to again be able to just share it with all of you, and to rewatch it and edit it in the way that I edited it. It was very intentional. So if you were watching and you were like, why is it silent, or why is like where there's no sound, again, every edit, every video, there is a lot of intention behind it, which again is why I'm not really, you know, doing videos back to back, right? Like, I am intentionally thinking about these, but I do want to get to a point where I can create content a little bit more frequently, and not as spread out. But again, I'm really just embracing this beginning journey and leaning into it. But all of that to say that the last video was very intentional, so your sound wasn't broken, or I didn't, like, all of it was very intentional. So and it was really about, you know, the silences that you experienced. I'm not gonna share. I want to leave it open for interpretation, because I think that's the beautiful part about art and creativity. So I will end it with just that aspect of all of it just being very intentional in that way. And yeah, just a lot of gratitude for being able to share with all of you. So so the second part of the releasing process and really solidifying, I guess, that letting go, is the aspect of burning my hair. And again, I know I mentioned in the last video, when it comes to different cultures, teachings, that we all have different understandings of what to do with hair when it's time to release or grieve. Again, check in with your culture, your family, ask around if there's different teachings. But something that I've learned along my way from elders, from even some youth that I work with, is the intentionality of burning your hair to help signify that release as well, to help kind of solidify that release. So this episode is just a short little episode about, not even about, but just kind of just that. And so when it comes to burning, what I have been taught, learned along my journey as an Afro-Indigenous, is that when you burn your hair, you are again burning and letting go, releasing the past, and that you aren't to watch it burn, but to just give it permission to do what it needs to do, and you walk away from it to kind of signify that walking away from the past and walking into the future. And again, forgive me to any elders or anyone watching if I misinterpret any teachings. I'm still learning, so please, share in comments, update me, let me know, some of those teachings. And again, even understanding too that regardless of our cultures, that if we are within the same culture, that each tribe or each land or island, wherever it is, right, has different teachings, and that there is no one right way, that there is truth to whatever resonates to your heart and spirit. So this is something, again, for me, that collectively I've heard and learned from elders and youth, and kind of resonated and sat with me and spoke to my spirit. So for me, that's something that I am leaning into. The burning of my hair is a lot of it, to really solidify that releasing and transitioning into new vibration and new life, if you will. And I think what is also beautiful about letting go is that I've been holding on. So I've had the whole process, the whole entire 4 months, I've held on to the hair, as I combed them out, I would put everything in a bag and just hold on to it. And then I got done with it, and there's all right, it's cool, that aspect is done. And now that there's another layer to it. So all in all, when it comes to just this aspect of, I guess, releasing that, again, there's so much, there's just layers to it. And that sometimes you just, even if you're not ready, you have to lean into it, as uncomfortable as it is. And I think for me, my truth is that I have been kind of holding on to it for a while. You too? So I think for, my truth is that I think that I have been holding on to my hair for a while, because there still is that aspect of not wanting to let go of the past, right? And what I once knew and who I once was, and still holding on to it. And it's a scary thing, when you can feel and know that you are shifting and you don't know what to expect. So I think I've been sitting with that and feeling that I have really been holding on to my hair and ignoring those moments and calls to burn and fully release. And I think I'm getting to that point now, that it's okay, you really have to give yourself permission to release, because you could be preventing the universe, your spirit guides, ancestors from really providing for you in a way that you deserve. And I think too, sometimes there is that feeling of oh, I don't deserve what is next, right? That there's still that doubt that whatever it is, every decision that you made, did you make the right decision? Am I going in the right direction? Right, all those different things. I think I still, the hair and holding on to it has symbolized. So it's just very interesting that that symbolism is still there. Although I have completed one aspect of letting go, right? That I'm still essentially holding on to the past version of myself, past thoughts, etc., because I still have the hair with me. So really solidifying and letting go is this last kind of hoorah. And again, just grateful to share this experience again with all of you. So I'm just grateful to share this experience with all of you once again, and just something I'm just reflecting on a little bit as I'm here down by the lake, where for me this is connecting with the water and the land is a way that I can intentionally pause and slow down. So I'm here just connecting, and those are some of the just want to reflect on, because tonight it is a full moon, and just wanting to connect with the full moon in that way. And I know full moon in a lot of teachings represent letting go, releasing old habits, thoughts, whatever, again, is all about releasing. So today is one of those days where again, I just want to solidify and give myself permission to really and truly move forward. Alright, so the lake behind me, beautiful, the lake. I love just connecting. So now I'm gonna head home, and I am going to I do say a lot. There was a point where I did it, and now I do it again, but it does help me think. I'm learning though. But I am going to go home now, and we are going to proceed with our releasing and burning of hair in this ceremony. Again, when it comes to releasing, when it comes to shifting, letting go, whatever it is, connect to your culture, connect to teachings, connect to family members, and give yourself permission to learn. There's so much healing when we can reconnect with our culture, can reconnect with some of those teachings. And I think, again, when it comes to what is right or what is true, really just listen to yourself, listen to where your spirit pulls you, and there's like this knowing, this inner knowing. So, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just one of those things where it's just like, yep, I know I should do this. Like, I just have to trust this, and I have to do that. So when it comes to hearing things, seeing things, listen to it, give yourself permission to ask questions. Most importantly, question where things come from. Always stay curious, but give yourself permission to just kind of take a leap of faith when it comes to things. So all in all, I'm going to now head home and let the final releasing commence. So let's do it. I have made it home. I'm going to grab what I need, which is the hair, and then also sacred medicines. So I'm going to grab the hair and sacred medicines as a way to help cleanse, as a way to help release as well. What I'm going to grab: sage, sweetgrass, tobacco. I have learned about those sacred medicines from my native relatives here in Wisconsin, those that I've connected with, again, elders and youth, and have learned about those teachings and how to use them, why we would want to use them. And for me, I feel compelled and pulled to utilize them in this releasing ceremony. So I'm going to utilize those. Again, connect to your culture, your roots. Think about to your family. What were those herbs, those homemade remedies, right? Concoctions that your grandmother or parents, great-grandparents made you drink or eat when you were sick or had like a cold, or maybe you had pink eye, or whatever the case is, right? There were remedies that they put together to help kind of cleanse and release the system. What are some of those? Like, think about some of those maybe superstitions, right? That you were taught. Again, there's meaning, there's something hidden there. So just think about that. And I'm also too that there's this aspect of, I know
in the last video, and then again I said it earlier in this video, apologizing to my elders if I misuse or disrespect any plants or teachings in any way. Again, I am still learning, and I am always going to honor that and bring that into the space as a way to be humble and embrace humility, that this is a constant journey and that I'm gonna constantly evolve, change, and grow, that I'm not always gonna get it right. So but I do always want to recognize and acknowledge where those teachings are coming from, and I think that's so important that we acknowledge, again, each other and what we learn from each other, and what we do decide to utilize, because there's so much respect there. So again, just paying respect. So I'm going to grab what is needed, and I want to show how much hair I have, so in the back. So I'm gonna grab that too. All right, so this is the bag of hair that I have. So this is literally a bag full of hair. Oh my gosh, y'all, there's so much. Let me see the focus here. So much in here. So we are gonna, we gotta burn this. So let's do it. Alright, so we have gotten all our stuff. Not stuff, but everything that we need, and we are now headed outside. I'm feeling a lot already. Just the energy of the bag and the energy of the hair is quite a bit, but definitely in that space of, I have been holding on to this for far too long, and it is time to release and let go. So headed outside.
Mojuba fefeiku, mojuba fefeiku, mojuba fefeiku, mojuba fefeiku, iku o, yin la sinjoba egungun. Mojuba fefeiku, mojuba fefeiku. Mojuba fefeiku, mojuba fefeiku, iku o, yin lo si joba egungun. Mojuba fefeiku, mojuba fefeiku, Mojúbà fẹ́fẹ́ ikú. Mojúbà fẹ́fẹ́ ikú. Ikú o, ikú o. Yìí tí ń lọ síjọba egungun. Keep going. Mojúbà fẹ́fẹ́ ikú. Mojúbà fẹ́fẹ́ ikú. Mojúbà fẹ́fẹ́ ikú. Mojúbà fẹ́fẹ́ ikú. Ikú o, ikú o. Yìí tí ń lọ síjọba egungun.